Hello everybody, Jackson here from the Wall Squad today, talking about social media stocks and where they're at now. If you don't know, social media stocks have been kind of trending, kind of hot lately for different reasons. Facebook has kind of been a mix of all of them. Today, Snapchat fell because of the metrics with iOS 15 kind of affected their advertising on the app. So the stocks fell hard, 25% due to an earnings miss. That does affect other stocks like Facebook, down 5% today, as well as Pinterest is getting bought out by PayPal for $70 a share. We're going to go over that later, but that's a big deal in the social media industry for a finance company to buy out a social media company for a premium, as well as Trump has recently came out with his own social media line or company and site. And so that all of that is kind of affecting these stocks, as well as like an actual little pullback. So let's get into it. Actually, let's look at the levels of the stock, right? So here's Facebook, and we can see it as a top at 386. Right now, I'm looking for a under 300 entry. That would be nice. Will it happen? Probably not. But I'm fine. Like, just waiting to see if it happens. If it doesn't, then I don't get in. If it does, then I do. So how I came up with this is right here, as well as back here, and kind of this general area around 300 seems to be a good support for Facebook. And then they do have earnings coming out on the 25th, so on Monday. So if the iOS 15 deal happened with Snapchat and it wasn't a good look, then potentially Facebook will be next, right? So we have to look out for that. Maybe that's why I'm not in right now, and I'll wait. So that's on the 25th. Now let's look at Snapchat. So you can see a huge fall today, down 26.59%. You can see it right up here when I put my mouse off at 26.59. So let's chart this a little bit. So yeah, Snapchat came from a penny stock, now at 55 is a deal almost, right? Because down 25% in one day. So when this all kind of started, it was around that 34 range, but I doubt we're gonna see that. This seems pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4 times, almost 5. So we can see Snapchat's in that oversold territory. That's good if you're investing for a bounce. Let's check the year. You can see at this earnings report before this one, the stock jumped from 63 to 73, and now the stock is at 73, 74, down to 55. So huge cut. The stock fell 25%, a quarter of the value lost. It's in the oversold territory, as it should be, because that's a lot of percentage, right? I'm not buying yet. However, with it being oversold and pretty decently oversold, if we check out the month, yeah, at one point it was at 12 or 10 RSI, and it's at its lowest point of the day. It ended at the lowest point, so there's good potential for a bounce. However, we might have to wait and see how Facebook earnings goes, just to be sure, because if it's a industry-wide thing, then all these stocks will get hurt. But we'll just have to see. So I'm not looking to get in Snapchat yet. Eventually, possibly. We just need to see maybe a bigger decline and wait a little bit for other earnings from other companies. So that's Snapchat, and then let's look at Pinterest. So you can see this run up from 50 to 60, 2 or 66 actually, from the rumors of PayPal trying to acquire Pinterest at $70 a share. Maybe the deal's not going through. You can see it's just been falling since then. That's also due to the Snapchat earnings fall, but you can never be too sure with these mergers going through, because if they do go through, right, if we check out the 3-month, if they do go through and you get in right now, you're making 20%. But the stock could fall right back down to this 50 area if it does not go through, even worse than that because it did not go through. So you just have to be sure. I'm not trading Pinterest right now as of yet either. It's not on sale, and I don't really want to deal with anything deal-wise unless it's confirmed and going through or stuff like that. But yeah, I'm not touching Pinterest here, although I'm looking to get in eventually. Hopefully the deal doesn't go through because Pinterest has a high of right around 90. So a lot of people that bought in this range are now going to be underwater forever because the stock is going to be delisted, right? But yeah, I do think, I don't know if the deal will go through or not. I hope it doesn't, so I could get in when it does fall, because it will. And then lastly, Twitter. Not much happening with Twitter, although just caught up on all the noise. You can see this chart I drew back a couple weeks ago. And earnings are also on the 26th. So Facebook and Twitter earnings are soon next week. Pinterest November 4th, so the week after that or two. So yeah, lots and lots of stuff going on in the social media industry. If you're invested, might as well stay invested if you got in at a good price. However, if you're not invested, this may be an opportunity worth looking for or worth looking at. And I do believe so as well. So just be sure Facebook and Twitter earnings are soon next week. Pinterest is in the first week in November. Snapchat just fell 25% today because of bad earnings. So we'll see if the earnings are really bad across the industry. If that's the case, we're going to see a very, very good buying opportunity ahead. But that's the video, guys, just recapping on these social media stocks. I hope you enjoy, and thanks for watching.